Hello everybody, hi friends, welcome to A Crafter's Story. Thank you for stopping by. It's Celeste here. I decided to do a little embroidery this week. I haven't done this in a while and it was just fun to get back into some needlework and to create some potential gifts down the line. I don't have anybody to give this to, but it's there when I need it. So this is one of the projects that I worked on. This is needlepoint on paper. It's on a thicker cardstock. I used some of my watercolor paper, some of my cardstock, anything that's a little bit thicker because it needs to hold the thread. So here's my first example that I already framed. And then I made some cards because I'm always making cards, I always need them. And so this was actually my first card this week. And I think this turned out really nicely. I did some stitching on the side, and that was to hold together the backing because obviously the stitching that sticks out the back is not very neat. There's all the knots and the overlaps and the whatnot. So that is that one. Has a little gold bling on it, and then a little happy birthday with the. No, this was my first one. This was from last week. I completely forgot. This was my first one. That was my second one. Not that it really matters, but and here I used the washi tape that we made last week. And again, I put a backing on this one. I didn't sew this one down because it had the washi, but I think it's fine. I think it'll stick. The backing will stick. I think it'll be fine. And then late yesterday I did this little square, and that one I did sew down. So let me show you how I do this. It's dirt easy, guys, seriously dirt easy. Let me get my mat out the way, and I have decided to do another little square one with a monogram, and I've drawn a little letter E. Can you see that? I think you can. I've drawn a little letter E, little capital E here, and I've made 4 holes already in the corners. Now I haven't done the punching on all of the lines, so you're going to need obviously a piece of cardstock and a pencil to draw in your design. Then you're going to need something with a sharp point. It can be an awl, this is a kind of an awl, I guess. Anything with a needle, any kind of sewing needle will work. And wherever you have drawn a line on your design, you're going to poke a hole all the way along that line. And while it's not super, it wouldn't be a train smash if your holes weren't exactly equidistant, equal distance from each other. It does kind of help that if it can be as close as you possibly can. And so I am going to quickly go and get this all punched out and then show you the colors that I've chosen for this monogram little card. I actually decided that I'm going to put this little card not make it a card. I'm going to make this into a gift instead. Oh, I went a little skew there. It really isn't a train smash, guys, seriously. And I think I can get this done quickly while we talk. Don't have far to go, so maybe I don't have to go away and do it. But there are a number of different things. I mean, you could do not only cards and gifts, but you could do bookmarks. You could do page edges. I've got this one ready to show you guys, already punched out, and it's the same watercolor cardstock that I just colored with my apple barrel paint. So this is one that's already done, so you can color them so that you can have, just like I did this, I colored with watercolor paint, So so that you can use, because when you're using the white string on the white paper, obviously it doesn't show up, but I painted this and then was able to use the white thread. And so you have all those options. So I actually did manage to get this done while we were talking, and I am now going to go away so that I can thread my needles, and then we will do some threading. Okay, so I have a little purple thread. You see the color there? There's my purple thread. And I think let's get a little closer in so you guys can see. Alright, so I've got my purple thread all threaded. Oh dear. I'm going to start at the back and pull it all the way through. I've made a little knot there so it doesn't go all the way through, and we are just going to run this all the way along. So I've come up the one hole, down into the other. I'm going to skip across and come in from the back. So where I came out, I'm going to go into the next one and then double back. See that? Double back. Again to the back. Go one across. And then in the front here, yep, we double back. And I'm going to do that all the way along, and then when that is finished, you might notice that I've made some holes in the corners, and I'm going to use some of this silver just to make a long string all the way across as a little border. And then when that's done, I'm going to put everything in this little square frame. I think the silver with the silver and the purple goes with the color of the frame, which I really like. So let me get that done, and we'll see what it looks like when it's all presented in the frame. So I'm pretty close to the end of our letter E, and then I've threaded the silver so that as soon as I'm done with these last few stitches, we can put that silver border on and put it in our frame, and then the gift is done. So this is, if you're ever in a spot and I think you need a quick gift and it's maybe for a kiddie's room or maybe a baby shower, this would be a nice monogram gift for somebody having a baby. If you know what the baby's name is, you could always so this could be Emily or Eli or Elsie, Emsley, any of those names, Edward, any of the names starting with an E, you could, and of course if you could change the color to make sure you go with the theme of the gender. But I'm going to end it off just by running my needle underneath and then going through the loop at the end and then just tying it off. So that's an easy way to make a little knot. And so this could have been the card for the baby shower or the birthday. Maybe if you did a longer card and you did it for a wedding, it could be the initials of the new couple. That could be a nice, very personalized gift. Okay, so this is the same. I've gone in the back with my silver, and I've made the silver thread double because, sorry guys, I don't think I've got very good light today, I apologize, but I wanted the silver thread to really show up, so I've made it double, so they're in the one side, and then it's just the same. We're going to go all the way across and then double back like we did with the letter, like that. Come back, and it just adds a nice frame. I probably should have erased these. Oh goodness, I probably should have erased these pencil marks. I hope I have given myself, I may not have given myself enough of the silver thread, so let's see if I get away with it. No. Okay. Okie dokie. I will have to end this off, thread the needle again. I really thought I had enough because I thought I had measured it, but I thought wrong. So I'm going to just need a piece for here, and I need a double piece. I give myself a little extra grace, which I thought I had done before, but I didn't. But it's okay. We just quickly thread this, and the way that I make my knots is just to line up the ends, run the thread around my fingers, and come in with a needle, and then pull that knot to the end. Get all the way to the end. There we go. Alright, so let's do our last little section here. And then there we go. Okay, all done. So I'll end this one off quickly. Where am I? Yeah, let's end it off down here. I think it's a good place. Ew, it's so finicky. Why is it so good? I'm struggling with it. I may just do an old-fashioned knot, guys. I cut my nails yesterday and I cut them too short, and I'm now paying for my mistake. I may need to glue this down because it's not working. There we go. Glued that down. We are going to put some glue on the back anyway, so having that little bit of extra glue is probably not a bad thing. I've cut another little piece, and this is exactly the same size as the card, and I'm going to glue that down. So this has got two functions. One is to neaten up the back, and the other one is to hold down any of the stitching, especially this one where I actually didn't have a knot. So that one definitely is going to need glue. And I will run it along the stitching. Let's get this to lie down, and along the edges. Just like that. Okay. Let's get this down. And for some reason, the pieces that I cut are always bigger than my front piece, weirdly. But it's okay because I can just cut off the edge when the time comes. So I'm going to get out my little clips. Put the little clips on, hold it all down, and I think when this is all nice and dry, we can put it into the frame and I can erase these pencil marks. So I think our little letter E is getting very close to being ready for me to unclip it and finishing that one off. But I wanted to show you these two just before we get finished off with that one. And I've started off with this one, so it's just white on red. And what I think is going to look nice with this, once I've got all these squiggles threaded through, embroidered, is that I'm going to put it on this page. I don't really know what else I want to do, but I like the idea with the black stenciling with the red, and there'll be something else here, I'm not sure what yet, but so that is definitely going to be for my journal. And then this other little guy, I have an idea for it. I'm not 100% sure yet, but to me this looks like a strip of leather with some stitching down the middle. You see that? I really wish I had some better light today, guys. Sorry. Maybe I can bring my lamp across. Maybe that helps. There we go. You can see some of that stitching. So this to me, like I said, looks like a piece of leather with some stitching down the side, and I think I'm going to use it as a kind of binding around perhaps a gift, or not too sure yet, but that one's got to get finished off as well, so we'll put them aside just for now. Oh, and I dropped it on the floor. Let me just get it. There you go. Okay, let's see if we can finish off our monogram gift here. Let me take off all the clips. I think it's probably glued enough. And let me trim off all this extra that's sticking out from the backing. Otherwise it won't fit in the frame. That, a little bit over here. And then just erase some of those pencil marks. I don't think they'll show up through the frame, but just in case, you know, get rid of them. This, and I hope that I did the silver far enough in for it to show through the frame, because I just realized as I was looking at it, I thought, oh dear, I wonder if I did enough. But let's see. Okay, let's get the backing off here. I'm kind of excited on this one. I think it's going to look really cute. And let's get this. I cut my little, this is a 4x4 frame. Oh, I'm going to have to bend it slightly. Oh, go in there. Pull it out a bit. There we go. Pull this one out a bit. I'm always so worried that I pull these back too far and then they break off. So I'm trying to be conservative, but oh, and this has got to go back. Oh, there we go. Let's make sure that I have it. Yep. Okay, push that in. Oh gosh, guys. Big reveal. Da 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 da. Look, it's so cute. I actually really like it. I think it turned out really nice. So this could be a nice gift for somebody. This frame is just from the dollar store. So if you want to go, you know, maybe a little more high end on the frame, you could obviously do that. This was just for show purposes, but I do like how that turned out. I think it'll make a really nice gift. So put that aside. Let's bring out our other examples. And of course, if you just had a picture, that could look nice in a frame as well. If I wanted to, I could do a duplicate of this one and have one be the card and one be the gift in the frame. So there is our examples of what we made. And then of course I had that big frame which I put out here. There's a great big old frame that I did as well. So yeah, I think these turned out great, and they're very easy to make. You don't need a lot of materials, and it's a relaxing thing if you put on an audiobook or just something that you can just zone out and do a little needlework. I think it's a perfect idea. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you love this video and you want to give it a try, remember we have our Facebook page. You can always come and share your ideas there as well. And we'll see you next time. Bye.